Alright, you are given this rational function, f of x equals 2x minus 1, x minus 5. Is it a rational function? The answer is yes, because it's division of polynomials. Number 2, can you identify any discontinuities? Remember, if it helps you, you can put parentheses around this. And this will help remind you that you cannot cancel the x's. So if you can't cancel anything, that means you have no removable whole. In a rational function, this is a denominator. It's the bottom part of the fraction. To find the vertical asymptote, you set the denominator not equal to 0. And you get x is not equal to 5. Raise your hand if you got 5 for your vertical asymptote. Your horizontal asymptote, you look at the top and the bottom degree. There are no numbers here, so class, that number is a 1. 1 equals 1. If you look at your chart, it tells you to reduce. What does reducing mean? You just take the coefficients in front. Your x's will cancel, and you're just left with 2 over 1. So your horizontal asymptote is at y equals 2. Let's put those two colors onto your graph. My vertical asymptote at 5. My horizontal asymptote at 2. The vertical asymptote is super important. It tells you the middle of your table of values. I'm going to start at 5. I need to pick 2 numbers to the left, any 2 numbers you want, and 2 numbers to the right. When I put it into my calculator, I have this Casio, kind of nice, mode, table. I'm going to type in 2x minus 1 with the parentheses. Divided by x minus 5. I'm going to press enter. There's no second equation. Press enter. Where do I start mine on? I'm going to start at 0. I'm going to go to 7. And I want to count by ones. Press enter. Then I have my answers, 0.2 and negative 0.25. Remember, your error is undefined. 6 is 11, and 7 is 6.5. How do you get those numbers if you don't have a calculator like this? Just plug it in. Plug and chug. Let's say I take 6. 2 times 6. 12 minus 1. And then 6 minus 5. And 11 divided by 1 is 11. That's how I got that number. Now if you graph it, 0 and 0.2 is right above the 0. And 1, right 1, is negative, so it's right below. What you need to figure out between your two numbers is just which one is higher, which one is lower. This one is 0.2 is higher, negative numbers go down, so then I can just make a smooth curve. Same thing on the right side, you just basically want to figure out, is it above 2 or below 2? 6, 11, so to the right of our vertical asymptote, 6, and then 11. And then 7, 6.5, this number is higher, 7 at 6.5 is lower, so I have my 2 dots, smooth curve. How do you find the domain? You're going left to right. You're basically figuring out where can the graph not go. The graph cannot go at 5 on the vertical asymptote. So negative infinity to 5, and then again 5 to infinity. The range is bottom to top. You can pick all the negative numbers, but you have to stop there at 2, which is your horizontal asymptote, and then continue again 2 to infinity. So basically the range says you can pick any number but 2. Your end behavior as x approaches positive infinity, so as x goes towards the right. The arrow is the last thing on my graph. It's not going up, it's not going down. It's kind of landing here at this 2 here on the pink. as x goes to the negative infinity, it's also kind of landing or approaching that 2 there. And I hope this warm-up was helpful.